So, I'm hungry and my roommate's making dinner. I have food right here. So, we're gonna do channeling message, but also I'm hungry. Like, I'm gonna lose it. I'm so hungry. So, what I'm picking up on energetically when I sat down is obviously there is a noticeable difference right now in like the energy, like collectively, like it's a lot lighter. The weather is changing also, which sometimes I think corresponds with how our mood is affected and stuff like that. Also, there was a 30-minute eclipse at 5 a.m. today, or this morning when I'm filming this. And I think that did a lot because I felt a shift. Like, I felt different around this morning, and when I got up, okay? So you may be feeling a lot lighter, but you don't really understand why. That was one of the things. It's like, why the hell would I feel light right now with all of this crap going on in the world and like my life and this is imploding and blah blah blah? But no, it's time. The light it's just gonna go up from here. Even during Mercury retrograde is what I'm getting. Mercury retrograde is going to be more focused on positive nostalgia than it is like, I don't know, revisiting shadow aspects, because we're moving into a completely new cycle. So while you're revisiting the past, or when you run into like people that you used to know, these are going to be more high vibrational resonances than we've had in the past, is what I'm getting. There's nothing to worry about. Are these mushrooms? Oh, they gave me mushrooms this time. Oh, maybe those were mushrooms the whole time. They gave me different stuff. Are these anchovies? Oh my god, I don't think I've ever had anchovies. That's crazy. Oh, we're gonna do this on tape. Wow, they can see their heads. That's creepy. No! It's a silverfish. Oh, it's real. It's fishy. And some kimchi. Okay. There's been a lot of things that... Okay, I ran out of storage, so I just have to delete some stuff. I'm kind of scared to eat these anchovies. I don't know. They smell kind of good though, because I like fish, but... Okay, what else are we picking up on, Spirit? I've been meaning to talk about spiritual royalty and what that actually means, and what being in like spiritual warfare means and all that stuff. I watched a video the other day where this man in his car was complaining about not wanting to be part of the spiritual community anymore because they're only concerned with warfare. Or they're only concerned with arguing with each other about this, that, and the other thing. And it's just like, yeah. Like, yeah. Like, duh. Because you're dealing with dead people. Like, you're dealing with energies that have come from the past. A lot of our past is war. A lot of, like, souls come to reincarnate or speak to us in general. Because they had stuff happen to them in their past life that they're still energetically sorting out, whether that be through their bloodline, whether that be through someone who can just hear them, who has abilities, whether that be by inhabiting people's vessel, if they are capable of doing so. I'm scared. Okay. I'm scared to eat this. That may resonate with you. Oh my god. What if this hurts my stomach? It's probably fine. I put some beans sprouts. This is what we're doing here. I just don't know how fishy it's gonna be, so we're gonna cover it a little bit. I don't think I can eat these. Specifically because they have faces. It's freaking me out. The tastes are fine. I can't eat something with a face. Not doing it. Not doing it. Anyway, okay, Spirit, what else? Okay. This you have to understand here that a lot of royalty also in the past were warriors. They were commanders, they were leaders, they were generals, and like even pharaohs were leaders of their army. They would go out with their army. They weren't there in a castle like doing nothing. So considering what our president at this time wants to call himself, and I live in the US, he ain't gonna go out on no battlefields on a horse to fight with his men, okay? But the men who did do this Spirit has reincarnated them to be here now in lower ranks, positions, but still within their divine energy, because they're needed where God puts them so that the enemy doesn't know where they are. Okay? So, realistically, you don't know who is on your team and you don't know who isn't. Only God can tell you who is on your team. Was that saltiness? It was good. That was good. Maybe it's just the seaweed. I'm like, where's that saltiness coming from? I probably like anchovies, but I can't look at their faces. I just see all their faces freak me out. There's something in there with that. Because I, like, why did I have to eat this? Well, somebody keeps asking about my hair. Why does it matter? Anyway. Hair is also spiritual. And I am, again, God is unpredictable. So I fluctuate my hair the way that I do. It doesn't matter how. Like, dude, does it? It's symbolism is what I'm hearing. Why are you focusing on it? It has nothing to do with vanity. It has to do with how tapped in you are, or how tapped in you're trying to be to extend. Because hair to me is an antenna, technically. Which I think is also why energetically women cut their hair when they're in a high distress or they're trying to remove energy. I guess the longer your hair is also, the more rooted you are into the ground is what I'm getting. You have to root into this planet to understand what's going on in it, but that may be too intense for some people, which is totally fine. That makes sense. That's why everyone is in different stages. A lot of people are royalty, but they're in different stages. spiritual royalty also comes with security. So in other videos recently, in the last like 2 weeks, I've talked about handlers and stuff like that. And I've been getting bits and pieces of answers saying that handlers are basically like reincarnated souls that could have been there to protect you actually at one point. Because if you think about it, a lot of the time a handler wants to control you, right? They have to have some sort of authority over you spiritually, so that you don't reach another level that you're not supposed to go to without certain knowledge. And a lot of the time, spiritually, they teach you that through pain, because pain is the fastest way for you to integrate these lessons. Not that we want to. Like, you know, like you're like, well, God, what the fuck? Why are you doing this to me? Like, I didn't ask for this. Yeah, you did. If you asked for something to get to you fast, he put you through a shortcut, but he didn't say it was going to be easy, or he didn't say it was going to be without some sort of like, I'm hearing wounding and I'm hearing trauma. But the only reason those two things are there is also still because you had to learn something through it. So you can learn something slow. It's like ripping off the Band-Aid. Like, are you going to leave the Band-Aid, or are you going to slowly peel it off so you're comfortable? But it's going to take longer for you to process, like, that you're still healing or that you're working through something. Or you're going to rip that shit off. You rip the scab off. If you rip the scab off of a lesson you learned, then once you get to the finish line or the thing that you wanted to get to, it's going to feel real raw, right? It's going to feel really intense and even like sting a little bit. Like, that might even be a little bit painful because you didn't heal all the way. This could be pertaining to relationships, like physically right now in your life, but so is the handler thing. Like, being chosen, or being like chosen in this way that I'm describing to you, because a lot of people talk about this, but they don't really understand. Because they make it sound really like glittery and really like luxurious to be spiritual royalty, when in reality, you are in this body, in this life, and you feel like you're normal, and then you have all of these people in front of you that you can't decipher because they were there to serve you at one point, and they're trying to serve you right now because they recognize you and you love them, which is one of the things of being chosen, is you love these people that are really bad for you because they're trying to control you here. They're still trying to give you something too. Like, if you reject them, then you're still given the thing that they're trying to give you, right? You're given the lesson, you're given the understanding that this person isn't, this person is or isn't going to give you what you need to move forward based off of what God or Spirit is telling you to do. So it's really hard. And you feel like the word chosen is a curse, because everybody you love ends up being your enemy, when really they're not. They were never your enemy. They caused you pain. They caused themselves pain, causing you pain too. They caused themselves the most pain though, because they're trying to work through some sort of energy in their past life. Like, they could literally be in your life because that you chose to love your enemies in a past life. Like, imagine you killed a bunch of people in a past life that you actually, like, after the fact realized you cared about them. Or that in the middle of battle, or when you were battling these people, you had respect for them. You had admiration for them. Because realistically, battle and war and bloodshed and death were things that were paved out of respect in the past. Okay? You have to really be realistic about what we know about the past and what you're trying to recreate here. Okay? Because what we're trying to recreate here is not that. Okay, we already did that. But you have to understand that these spirits and the spiritual warfare and the energetic shit is from that. Okay? That's why it's so intense. That doesn't mean it's actually going to happen to you. It is happening to people in this life on other parts of the planet. Does that mean it happened in their last life? No. They could be paying a price for something they did in the last life and they're in a different body. That doesn't make it good or bad, is what I'm hearing. You're just the veil. There's control and then there's God. Is what I'm getting. Like, you want to control things so fucking bad that you're not even doing... I just got something else. Royalty also means you sit at some points in this journey and you allow these messages to come to you to tell you what to do. Spirit is bringing people together. One of the reasons Spirit is bringing people together is because there were relationships torn apart in past lives where someone died in the middle of it before these two could be together or create a life or create a lineage. So spiritually they're coming together. Genetically also, like they were found in some sort of way within certain family lines. Like the energy is within the DNA. The energy is within the family lines. Which is also why dark magic wants to stop those things or interferes with any of that at all. Okay? What is dark magic is what I'm hearing. I mean dark magic as in like realistic things that could be happening, like eugenics, sterilizing women, which happens on purpose and not. Even wanting to have any control over that. Again, control! Am I hearing, are you pro-life? I also think that that's a moral dilemma. Like, that's not part of God's plan. This is what I'm hearing. And God's plan, no. I'm sorry. Don't make me do that again. Like, if God does something in someone's life, whether it be negative or positive, he chose that thing to happen, and then he's going to tell that person whose choice it is what's good for them or not, or what's good for this situation or not. Okay? I think I would say I'm pro-choice because I'm saying God's saying you have a choice. He wouldn't have made this possible, like, or even put the idea in your head or give you the manifestation to have abortion be possible at all if he didn't want you to be able to have a choice. How about that? That's these weird questions today. I feel like I'm getting interviewed. What else about the royalty? I am on a train of thought and then I'm like, ooh, food. But also, the spiritual royalty shit is so convoluted, man. Like, you're really not considering what this fucking is. If you think you were royalty in a past life, do you know how much fucking work that was? You want that responsibility right now? Why are you asking me that shit? You just want the gold. You just want the money. That is not how that works. You have to have the guidance. You were giving the guidance to get back what you needed, not the physical things. Man, that was a program. somebody was like, you better hope you wasn't Marie Antoinette because that bitch stole a bunch of money from a bunch of fucking people. You want to be royalty so bad? Goddamn, okay. I used to have a fascination with her when I was younger. Her and Anastasia. I'm hearing, what did you naturally gravitate towards when you were a child, and within history specifically? Especially if you're an intuitive person. You need to really think about it. You need to remember, and if you don't remember, you need to ask your mom whether she saved anything or not. Is what I'm getting. I don't know who's with me today, but somebody's like, you got some weird shit? Pull that shit out. You got some weird shit? What you got? Okay, I want to finish my food. I'll be back eventually.